So part two of dealing or helping with someone with anorexia, I think it's important to realise that just because their weight may be stable doesn't mean that mentally they are any better off. So continually keep working on self-development, supporting them, asking questions, listening. Usually if they're struggling or presenting themselves in an anorexic way, they're trying to say something. They might not have the physical words to say something, but they're trying to pass on a message like, I'm scared about having to go to uni, I'm stressed with my exams, I'm worried that I'm not accepted by my friends. There's a message, there's a reason why someone is anorexic. They're not just anorexic for the fun of it. So you've got to understand why they are and then tackle that. Like a cold, if you've got a runny nose, that's just a symptom of a virus inside. Being emaciated, underweight, anorexic is the symptom of something much bigger going on. So you must tackle the problem and then the anorexia should improve. Surrounding yourself with amazing positive things. So something away from weight, food, anorexic interests. So nature, friends, music, films, positive distraction. For me, yes, I isolated myself, but I craved love. I craved hugs. I craved connection. Some people I didn't get because they didn't get me. They didn't get the anorexic live, and you can't expect everyone to understand. But just trying to think about and remember the person inside the anorexic body. Don't get overshadowed by the anorexia, and don't respond to the anorexic voice. Respond to the person that you knew before the anorexia, and eventually that you'll encourage them to come out of themselves. I got completely lost. Olivia Robinson didn't exist for many years, but it was the odd person talking to me and not talking to the anorexia that really helped me come out again and shed the anorexia of my identity. And that's another part, is that often anorexics feel that that is who they are. So you ask someone, what do you do for a job? Or often if they're not employed, or what's your passion or what's your interest, they see themselves as anorexic. Then they may say, I like sport, or I like painting, or I like music. But their identity is anorexia. You have to help them break that bond with that identity. So for me, for a long time, I was anorexic, and then I had my other interests. Somebody who is anorexic, and I mentioned this in the other video, is often very determined and passionate and fixated and driven. So I think it's really important to try and help an anorexic sufferer change their focus from the illness onto something else. The chances are they're going to be really good at whatever it is they can change their focus onto, and obviously something empowering and positive. So if they have an interest in art, really drive that in their life. Create more opportunities so that they can get involved in something that isn't obsessing about food, obsessing about exercise, obsessing about weight. I think also making sure that when you encourage or give support, it's focused on the person themselves and nothing to do with the weight. So a lot of people would think they were being helpful by saying, oh, you've put on loads of weight, you look great, or well done, you've managed to eat a whole plate of food and your dessert. That doesn't, for a normal person, that wouldn't be something to celebrate. Yeah, for someone, sorry, not normal, but for someone not suffering with anorexia, that's not something to congratulate. So don't make that a focus or something to congratulate for someone suffering with anorexia. Say something like, you've got a beautiful smile, or that painting you did is incredible, I love the way that you make people laugh, or it's so awesome how you look at the world, I would never have seen that elephant in the cloud, or whatever. Make it so it's a neutral but supportive and complimentary comment that isn't connected to the way they look, the way they eat, how they are either anorexic or not. Because you're funneling, you're fueling all the attention back in on the illness instead of making it about them, the person. Because let's face it, when someone is struggling with anorexia, they lose sight of who they are. And that's the voice you need to talk to. That's the person you need to tap into and engage with. That's the person that needs all your love and support. Don't judge someone with anorexia. Don't be cross at them. It's frustrating as hell at times, and I feel immense guilt for the pain that was caused by the anorexia, but it's not the fault of the person. Nobody, very, very few people are that malicious that they would deliberately become ill to sabotage other people's lives. So constantly keep bringing it back to the person who is suffering inside of the anorexic voice, inside of the anorexic body. Take it away from, you are choosing to be anorexic, therefore we're going to throw hate at you, we're going to throw insults at you, we're going to put you down. That person inside of the anorexic body is suffering just as much as you are, probably more so. So I could talk for hours, but in brief, compliment and talk to the person, not the anorexic voice. Don't trust anorexics. They're very manipulative and are probably fooling themselves, if not everybody else around them. Really tap into their passions and things that they're good at. Give them a separate focus away from anorexia. Shower them with love and support and structure, and listen, I think, is the number one thing. There's something they're trying to get across by being anorexic, whether they're afraid, whether they're apprehensive, whether they're confused, whether they may not know it themselves what they're trying to say, but there is something that they're trying to get across. So listen to them and talk. Don't be afraid of it, because they're bloody scared too. Someone's got to be strong and talk about it like it's something that can be understood and broken down. All right. Any questions, get in touch, guys. I hope this has helped.